Got no money on my mind, got no money on my mind, got no money on my mind. I'm so good at pretending.
It's the turn of the Audi today. Since we bought the Audi, we've had it a couple of years now. It's an A4 Quattro Avant 2.5 TDI. It's the V6, it's 180 horsepower, it's automatic. I'll put a link up there to a video when we first got it. But yeah, since we've had it, if you set off and accelerate, not hard on a cold engine, but if you just put your foot down a little bit, the engine management light used to come on. Now, thinking back when we test drove the car, I hadn't driven a car for a while because I'd been in hospital and I didn't know if my legs would work it or not, but so we got the guy to drive it, the dealer, and he said that there was a funny sort of a dealer. They sold cars on behalf of the owners, so the owner wanted to sell the car, so he leaves it with them. They advertise it, sell the car for them, and then take their commission out of it. When we set off, he was driving very, very slowly, all around the industrial estate. Even out on the open road, he was still going pretty slow. He says this customer's very particular about his car, likes the engine to warm up. And I thought, well, fair enough, because the car had been well looked after, well serviced. Cam belt had recently been done and the water pump had been changed. It got 5 brand new tyres on it. I thought, well, the owner obviously looks after the car, so yeah, fair enough. It was only when we got it home and it kept doing it. I bought a little gadget which I was supposed to read the codes but it didn't, and since we've had the Land Rover, I don't know why I didn't try it before, but I've got the iCar Soft, plugged that in, OBD2, straight away it came up with a code number, turbo overboost. Thought, right, okay, gets on the old internet. Turbo overboost is one of the most common faults on Volkswagen Audi. They got the variable vanes on the turbos. Inside there's like a wheel that goes round and the vanes poke out like that as the wheel turns one way or the other, and that's done by the little actuator arm, which all works on the vacuum somehow, blah blah blah. Anyway, those vanes all coke up. So rather than take it all apart, I bought a couple of bottles of treatment by Forte. I remember using Forte products at the garage when I first left school, and it was pretty good stuff. So Tina's gone out in the car. She's going to put both bottles of stuff in the tank, fill the tank up, and take the car for a good old thrash up the motorway. And we'll see if it does any good. If not, the next step is where you got the V, the engine, the turbo sits at the back of the V. The exhaust pipes come up to the turbo. There's a heat shield which goes over the turbo. We'll take that off, and I think there's just 3 bolts, and I'm hoping that we can just slacken those 3 bolts off and just prise the exhaust off the turbo enough, and we're going to do the Mr. Muscle trick. Spray a load of Mr. Muscle in there for, you know, keep spraying it in there every 20 minutes for a good couple of hours, and bolt the exhaust back on to give it a thrash up the road. Apparently that is really good for getting rid of the carbon and all the shitty deposits on the variable vanes, and hopefully it'll be like a new car again, because as it is, whenever you go and put your foot down, the old light comes on, limp mode, loss of power. So yeah, we'll just wait for Tina to come back and see how she's got on. Yeah, go on. Okay, that's not doing it. Just try revving it up. Just take the revs up and hold them there. Yeah. So that's the 3000 RPM limp mode it's gone into now. So it won't rev up any higher than that. Okay. Do you want to switch it off? And we'll just try it again.
Okay.
Just to show that it revs up again.
Doing the revving.
Yeah, just rev it up. Don't hold it at revs.
Alright.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, she's been for a blast up the motorway in this. Put the 2 bottles of treatment in. 1 bottle of treatment cleans the inlet side of it, so like the EGR valve or your inlet tracks or your inlet manifold where it all gets gummed up, especially the EGR valve. The 2nd bottle of treatment specifically for cleaning the variable vane turbos, basically. Put them both in. It's still goes into limp mode, which you've seen on the video, but obviously the bottles of stuff is mixed in with a full tank of fuel, so that's really got to work through the system. And so yeah, she's got to go out again tomorrow, so she's going to go the long way back, I suppose, give it a good old blast up the motorway. It's just because it's such a big engine and the speed limits are so low, you don't have a chance to get the engine up to a really good high temperature and get that turbo really hot to sort of burn any of the carbon off. I mean, it just poodles around, and Tina doesn't drive hard anyway, so it's not that that's what's caused it, because it's done it since we've had it. If you start it up now, it revs all the way around to the rev line, but if you hold it there, it obviously overboosts, puts it back into limp mode, and it won't rev past 3000 RPM. Now, out on the road, 3000 RPM in top gear, or whatever gear it lets you go into in limp mode, is about 70 kilometers an hour, which on a motorway is not good. So, but Tina's worked out when it goes into limp mode, so she's very wary about booting it when there's a lot of traffic about, so that's one good thing. So yeah, we'll keep on trying it, and I'll let this tank of fuel run down and see how it fares. If it doesn't make any difference, it'll be Mr. Muscle. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And from me and Tina over there, it's bye for now.